Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the KetoMom page. My name is Stephanie, and the question of the day is, have you eaten that frog? All right, so we're going through a book called Eat That Frog. In general, the book is incredible. It's about not procrastinating and doing the thing that you find yourself procrastinating the most on, but you know if you did that thing, it would help you immensely, right? It would help you on your journey. It would elevate your day. It would take you further faster, whatever it is. What are you procrastinating on? We've given you ideas. So you've heard from me and my husband. He'll be back on tomorrow. And so we've had a couple things just in life, all good things. And so in general, I want to know, if you've been following along, we've been going through this book for the last week. It's called Eat That Frog. If you have done something that you're like, man, I have procrastinated on this and I did it, I feel so great. Or I would just encourage you to get the book. It helps with time management, understanding, and helping you, good morning, helping you get through that, like, maybe you feel like it's a wall, a barrier. Why is this not working? What do you need to do? Some of you I've said you need to track your food. Some of you I've said you need to plan out your week. Some of you need to go to the gym. What is the thing you're procrastinating on? What is it? And it's time to do it. So today's chapter, it's chapter 5. It's called Practice Creative Procrastination. And basically he says this: there are things in your life we don't have enough time to do all of the things. Some of you believe that saying that says, you'll have time for it later. You've got all the time in the world, and that is a lie. That is not true. You have to figure out in life, what are the things that you actually need to do, and what are some of the things that you can delegate? So he says this, he goes, there are things you're gonna have to procrastinate on. Make sure those are the small things that I would say, as silly as it sounds, well, maybe my family wouldn't think this, but if I have to decide on, am I going to go do a live or follow up with some customers or something with my kids, my laundry will be procrastinated on. Or let me say it this way, my dishes will be procrastinated on. But what I can actually do is delegate the things in my home to my 4 daughters, to our 4 girls that can help with that. That's kind of a silly analogy, or maybe that's not an analogy, a silly example. All right, here's what he said. You need to procrastinate on the low value activities, and you can either outsource, delegate, or eliminate those activities so that you can do the things that matter most, that are actually going to move you forward. Is this making sense? And so in general, all right, my husband popped in, but I don't know if he'll pop into the screen. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Good morning, Elizabeth. Oh, there's 2 Elizabeths that hopped on. Good morning, Doris. What did you say? He's creatively procrastinating. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Joyce. Good morning. Good morning. All right, here is a couple things for you this morning, and then there's one key thing that I wanted to share with you. He says you can get your time and your life under control only to the degree to which you discontinue low-level activities. So delegate, get rid of some things. It's okay. There's one word he's going to say that if you get really proficient at saying this word in a nice way, not meanly, it can help you. It can help you in general. So he goes this: one of the most important, most powerful of all words in time management is the word no. He goes, say it politely, say it clearly so that there is no misunderstanding. But he said, Warren Buffett, the richest man in the world, or at one time was asked, what is the secret to your success? And Warren Buffett said, he said simply, I just say no to everything that is not absolutely vital to me in the moment. He says, say no to anything that is not a high value to your time and to your life. Say it kindly, say it nicely, but the word no can help you go further, faster. In general, I would say this. I had to do that yesterday. I'm not going to give you the entire story, but we were asked to do something. Could we do it? Yes. Would it somewhat help somebody else? Maybe. It was really more of like, hey, here's a suggestion. Do you want to come along? And I just had to go, no. I should have been a little bit more clear, but it throws off our day. It throws off our day. It interrupts the flow of the things that the girls need to get done. So I just had to say no. Sometimes I was talking to somebody yesterday, and we were talking about her health journey, and she said, I feel like I can do it by myself if I'm doing it by myself, but when I go to people's parties or I go to a birthday party or somebody has us over for dinner, I'm hanging around friends, I feel bad saying no to some of the food they offer. And I said, you can say things kindly and nicely, and just because you go to a party, and if you don't eat the cake, that isn't being rude. You can simply say to somebody, hey, I'm not going to eat the cake today, or no, thank you. You can either explain yourself or not explain yourself. You don't have to be like, I'm on a diet or I have goals. You don't have to be rude or abrasive about it, but you can simply say, hey, no, thank you. No, thanks. Oh, come on. You can eat the cake. No, thanks. No, thanks. Come on, you can eat the Girl Scout cookies. No, thank you. You can say no. The word no gives you power, and it also keeps you focused on the things that are important. So that's what this chapter was about. Use the word no. Choose and use your, delegate, eliminate, or what was the other word? Outsource the things that you don't need to be doing so that you can be used at your highest and best use. That's it. That was this chapter. So if there's anything that you took from today in the Eat That Frog book, know that the word no is super important. Don't be rude. Don't be sassy. Sometimes I say that to my girls. But I want you, you want to talk about how great you feel? Yeah. And also, for those of you who were rebooting, the reboot is done. You did it. You conquered the reboot. My husband is back now this morning. Yes. You guys,
look at this.
He just finished the 60-hour keto reboot. He's feeling amazing. He said, you should take my picture, because he took before pictures. He's not going to share them because he's not ready to.
I'm not into all that.
But I will tell you, I told him this morning, I said, babe, I actually think that you look 5 inches smaller. Like, I can see it in his figure. So it's a 60-hour keto reboot. For those of you who did the reboot, congratulations. They did 60 hours of no eating, fasting, drinking ketones, moving their body, like being mindful. And you did a lot of things. He was cold plunging, working on his mindset.
Tears. Yes.
How do you feel?
In the last 60 hours, I've done some incredible things that, to me, I would say they were hard things.
Yeah.
There were a lot of things that I said, I don't know, I can just do it later. But it's about eating that frog. So I did it in inspiration of eating that frog.
Yeah.
I first went for 64 hours, almost 64 hours, no eating. I feel great. I actually just this was my celebration that I wanted to do. Gummy bears with Keto Kick together. I just slammed it while I jumped on
you slammed it.
I jumped on the trampoline thinking of my I am statement.
It's good.
And so I'd say the biggest thing is every single person that hears my voice or is reading these comments or has found this page, you realize that there's something great inside of you that only you can do.
Right.
There's certain things, ideas. It's just like what she's talking about. Don't procrastinate on the things that you were called and created to do. And so getting my health in check is a big deal. Like, I want to live a long life for
120
for my kids and my grandchildren
120.
and my great-grandchildren. I don't want to just be like around.
Right.
I want to be in it. Like, I want to be Grandpa Steve running around on the floor. So, why do you do what you do? It's because of what you think of you. So I want to just encourage you to do hard things, to do that next thing that is laid on your heart. For me, it was to do the reboot because I understand how it's a huge benefit to my livelihood. And on top of that, I overcame my second biggest fear, which was getting in the cold water 2 days in a row. So today it's storming out, but guess what? It's going to be the 3rd day in a row. So
do you think I should do it with you?
I think if you want to
do you guys think I should do the cold plunge with Steve? Like, if you don't know what that means, just go Google benefits of, what is it called? Cold plunging or... Yeah. But it's also called something else. It's like cold water therapy.
Yeah. So we have a river that's constantly flowing right next to our house.
But we're
so
not
this
getting
summer,
in the river.
in the summer when the lake gets above 60, then we will head over to
We'll
the
go
river.
to the river. I can't promise you I'm going to do it with you today. I got to think about it. Oh, I don't know. Carrie says do it. It was storming actually.
I don't know if Stephanie can. Actually, I'm just gonna be real honest. Like,
I'm really a baby with
she's
cold.
really good at giving me directive, but I don't know if
I am. Can I tell you the frog that I ate this morning?
Yeah, she did a great frog.
All right,
So there's
babe,
the update.
I'm super proud of you.
Do it.
If you want more information about the reboot, we do this every single month. Post reboot in the comments. I'll give you some information. I'll walk you through how to do it. You can do it as a group or by yourself. And I physically see a difference in him. Okay. Pool. I do. You do look great. Such a sexy man he is. All right. I ate that frog this morning. So we get up early, like our kids aren't even awake. We homeschool, we work from home. Our days look different than most people's days. They're about to wake up. But in general, usually we get up and we have our morning time and we read. And I usually try to get out of bed around 7. Well, I truly have been feeling, and I hear that little voice, that I need to get up at 6 a.m. because I need to have a full hour for me personally with the Lord. And I have been procrastinating on getting up that early because we just go to bed a little bit later. A lot of you work. A lot of you watch these lives later in the day. I get the most amount of questions late in the evenings because it's when people are on their phone. And so I'm answering questions until late, until I have to shut my phone off. Anyways, I was laying in bed last night and I was like, there's a lot of stuff that Steve and I are praying about, working through in our life, asking the Lord for direction. And yet I don't take enough time to sit in the quiet to actually listen. Maybe that's you. So I felt like the Lord said, why don't you get up and actually listen to me? And so I laid in bed last night. I set my alarm clock for 6 a.m. And then I said, Lord, I would really like it if you just wake me up so I don't have to wake up to the alarm. Can you wake me up? And at 5:56, I woke up. I know it's not early for a lot of you. Listen, I homeschool and work from home. So when I say 6 a.m., you're like, that's not early. For those who work from home and have to get your kids out of bed, you're waking up way earlier than me. So it's just a part of my life. But in my journey, because I stay up super late, 6 a.m. is early. And so when I woke up this morning without my alarm clock and I laid in bed, isn't it funny how your mind will make excuses or talk you out of things, right? And so I laid there for a second and I was like, man, it's comfortable in this bed. Man, I would love to sleep. It's storming. It was raining really hard. It was one of those days where you're like, I don't want to move because I'm so warm and cuddly. And then I said, no, that's the exact reason why I have to get my booty out of bed, because I am comfortable. And usually when you're comfortable, that's not the place you're going to grow. So I said, Lord, I told you I was going to get out of bed. This is like my date with you. I said, thank you for waking me up. And I got out of bed and I had an amazing morning. You can go look at my stories and there's just so much revelation when you actually obey that still small voice or that one thing you know you need to do. And for me, it was getting up. It was getting up an hour early than I normally get up. It was sitting in the quiet. I did not turn on my phone. I opened up my Bible. Some of you meditate. I pray. So my morning was prayer, writing down things that came to my mind, and just having the peace that I was like, I know he's going to direct me if I listen. He's going to direct me no matter what. My part is obeying. And so whoever this is speaking to, I hope it speaks to you in some way. I've had a great morning. I feel like I've been very productive. I've done the things that I've been wanting to do in the morning, and I feel peaceful. I feel joyful. And listen, that comes with getting uncomfortable. That comes with doing some hard things. That comes, if you're going to sit in the place of comfort, for me, it was my bed, in my comfy, cozy bed, listening to the rain hit our roof. But I'm not going to grow there. I'm not going to elevate our life there. I'm not going to. So get uncomfortable. The word no can be super powerful for you. Don't procrastinate on the things you need to do. I saw some of you share the frog that you've been eating. So I think Melinda said she got up and she worked out and she ate that frog. Working out was her frog. She did it. It's done. She didn't procrastinate on it. Whatever it is you're looking for, reach out if you have questions, ask questions below. Thank you for tuning in. I love it when you say good morning. I like to go back and read what your frog is, or I like to go back and read the things that you're working towards. If there's anything that we can help with or add wisdom to, like, I would love to help you in that area. So thanks for tuning in. Continue to tune in later today. There's a handful of things between homeschooling our 4 girls, some work Zooms that we have. I am going to come on because this morning, as I was listening and praying and writing things down, I felt like the Lord said, listen, people need a simple way to get into, people need simple actions. It's not easy, it's simple. And I wrote down 6 steps that I talk about all the time on here. And sometimes I feel like a broken record, but it's the broken record of people being reminded or them having an awareness of or them being told to do over and over again before you do it. The Lord has been telling me over and over again to get my booty out of bed. And I did it. And when you do that and you operate and you're working and you're doing the things you know you need to do, more revelation comes. So I was like, I need to stop trying to find different things that people feel like they need or a different secret or a new innovative way to do something, because there isn't a secret. And if all we're doing is talking about fat loss here, which most people come here for, I have 6 things I'm going to talk about over and over and over again and over again. And either it's going to help you get started, it is going to be a reminder, it is going to be an awareness, and you can choose to do those things or not, right? You have choices every single day. I was sitting here this morning and I felt like he said, you choose to get up or you choose not to. You choose the foods that you eat. You choose to make the excuse or to not procrastinate and do the things you should do. You choose. You have choices every day. Choices have consequences or they bring rewards, right? They bring you peace or they bring you frustration. And it all comes down to being present, listening, having some quiet time. That's it. That's all I got. So continue to tune in. I will most likely be doing the live about those 6 steps. If I had to calculate out my day, it would be around 3 o'clock Central if you want to tune in live. Otherwise, you can catch the replay. All of them stay on here. So reach out with questions. I hope you have an incredible day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.